Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this really cute strawberry bag using the Sentro knitting machine and conventional knitting. Let's get into it. So the first step is to cast on the first colour of yarn, which is the green for the top of the strawberry. I've got a video that goes into full detail on how to do this, which I'll link above and below. And then what we're going to do is work in the tube setting for 21 rows to get the top of our strawberry. Now we're going to change colour and we're going to do the main body of our strawberry in the red. So I'm just changing the yarn. I've got a video which I'll link for you to be able to check out to be able to see that process in full detail. And we're going to work in 56 rows in the tube setting to make the body of our bag. Obviously Luna decided she would appear and play with the Sentro knitting machine and try to eat the yarn, so I thought it was a good time just to tie off the loose threads where I changed colour. I like to call Luna my little shadow because she's always there, but she's very good when I'm knitting. She tends to just sit peacefully and occasionally try and eat the yarn. As you can see, she was pretty patient, but it's nice having her around, so I can't complain too much. After a little while of Luna plonking, I carried on working, so we had the 56 stitches in the red. And what I did next, I wouldn't recommend because it was more of a test for me to see if it would work. But if you use a different colour of yarn, so as you can see, I am using the green yarn. If you knit that through, when you go to cast off, it doesn't automatically bunch. You can use it as a complete tube piece rather than if you're making a hat or a bag like we are, where you want it to scrunch together when you pull the yarn. So I wouldn't recommend doing this for this project, but it is a handy tip to know. So I end up having to just hand scrunch and hand stitch it all together, which was a bit of a faff. So I'm going to put a link to the video above which shows you how to do it the way I'd recommend, having done this now for this video, which is a lot easier. However, this does work, it's just a bit more effort. This is what it is looking like. I'm now making the leaves, and you need to use a pair of knitting needles and the green colour obviously for this. And what I did was cast on an even number of stitches, so either 12, 14, 16. What you do is you knit a row and then decrease a row either side, and you keep working in that way until you have one stitch left on your needle. So as you can see here, I'm decreasing, which is knitting 2 stitches together on the end of our rows, and that's what we're going to do on each side. So I'm now going to knit until I have 2 stitches left on my needles, and then knit the last 2 stitches together. By doing it with a different number of stitches, it means we have different shaped leaves and different size leaves, which I think makes it look a bit more natural, which sounds weird as a knitted strawberry, but I hope you understand what I mean, that it just gives it a bit more texture and depth. The number of triangles you do is totally up to you. It depends how full you want the bag to look. To make the strap or the handle for the bag, I'm going to cast on 8 stitches. And essentially you're just going to work in knit stitch until you've reached your desired length for your handle. Obviously people's heights, desires are different, so you can make it into a crossbody bag if you want to, or a shoulder bag, or a clutch bag, depending on how you do the handles. Give it a go. Obviously you can work through different stages by testing a shorter handle, a longer handle as you knit through, so it's totally up to you. Now you're going to need a sewing needle, and this is the most tedious part, which is stitching everything together. So you want to lay your triangles out, get a feel for how you want it to look, and simply stitch those in. I'm sorry if you can hear Rocket meowing in the background. What you want to do as well with your triangles is just make sure you either sew in the loose end or cut them off like I did. Here I'm attaching the handle exactly the same way, so just sewing that in. And once you've done that, you've finished your bag, which is great. Other optional element that you can do is using a white yarn, just stitch in the seeds so it looks like a strawberry. I think because I used glittery yarn, it kind of worked without, and I thought it looked really nice anyway. Thanks for joining me on this strawberry making journey. I will see you next time.